Hello YouTube and welcome to another episode of The Cloudy Vape. In this video we're going to be talking about Decadent Vapours. Boom. So this is their one of their kind of side flavors. I guess that's what, from what I understand. Not sidelines. You know what I'm talking about. Decadent Vapours made Djinni as a second, a secondary juice line. So there's quite some interesting flavors. I didn't get them all, only because I'm not into a lot of fruit flavors. So I kind of just picked out the dessert flavors. So I appreciate them just sending me the dessert flavors and not all the other flavors. So I'm pulling them out here, and we will check them out. I've already vaped through quite a bit of them. I can't remember which one I need to grab. Oh, this one. So this first flavor we're going to be talking about is called Café au lait. There we go, being a dumb American again. So this is a sophisticated vape blend of rich coffee flavor with milky aftertones. And it looks pretty awesome. So it's kind of like the other Decadent Vapor boxes I've showed before in other reviews. Just has a lot of good information. Warning labels, nicotine ratio, label of the actual brand, the name, keep out of reach of children, 18 and older only, and then it also talks about the actual, the actual flavor profile. So that is pretty cool. Without more yapping about the boxes, let's have a little vape. So in case I didn't mention, these are 50-50. And they only offer down to 0 or 6 nicotine. They do not offer 3. But 6 is a pretty good ratio for tanks. And since these are 50-50, I would definitely recommend putting them in tanks. I do have some of them in tanks over here. But for this coffee one, I will be dripping it. And it does work pretty well in a dripper. But this is about a 0.3 ohm build. And, it definitely, I would say more like 0.5. This would be a little bit better. Because this is pretty warm for being a 50-50. At least it's a warm build to use a 50-50 rather. So let's just have a little talk about this flavor. So this is a really interesting coffee flavor. You definitely get the bitterness of coffee, but you also get a nice creamy flavor, kind of milky cream flavor on the after, the exhale, the aftertone. I'm going to start calling them aftertones instead of undertones. But the inhale is definitely a coffee. It's a bitter coffee note. And then the exhale, you just get a nice cream, and that's about it. There's nothing, there's no hidden surprises or any weirdness going on. It's just a nice, smooth coffee and cream flavor. So if you're into, coffee flavors, definitely check this out. I enjoy this a lot. I would probably, like I said, I'd put it in a tank long term, but just, sampling it. The few times I've vaped it, I've been dripping it just to check it out. And it is pretty tasty. I don't know if I could do it all day, but it is definitely good for being a coffee flavor. Alright, this next flavor we're going to be talking about is called bonifay, or bonifay? Basically, banana fay? Bonifay? Man, why do I even try to say these words, because I won't be able to. So I have some in this King or Subtank Plus, and I have been vaping through this a good while. And I do like this. I definitely do. So let's have a little vape, and then we'll talk about the flavor profile. So this flavor is like a caramel banana, and I do get a nice vanilla type flavor. But the most prominent inhale is going to be like a caramel banana. It's just a mixture. You don't get an intense banana. But you don't get an intense caramel either. It's just a very good mixture on the inhale, and on the aftertone, the exhale, you do get a nice banana aftertaste, but you also do get a hint of vanilla. At least that's what I'm tasting. A nice little hint of vanilla, and then that caramel kind of, the body of the caramel just kind of is all over the place in there. So just a nice caramel banana, mild undertones of vanilla, and that's what I'm getting the most of. And I could do this all day. I definitely could do this all day, because the banana is not too strong, and it's just a nice creamy, savory dessert type flavor. So definitely check this out if this is something you're into. This next flavor is called New York 60. So this is definitely a dessert flavor, and it is pretty tasty. I really enjoy the way the packaging is on this. and also on this box. So it's pretty snazzy looking. Definitely looks kind of comic-ish. Yes, definitely comic-ish. So this is a creative concentration of vanilla and caramel with hints of biscuit and coffee. So I think when they say biscuit, they mean cookie, I believe. Yes, maybe, no. But I'll be dripping on this. I've actually went through a bottle of this one, and I have it. I went through the bottle of the 6 nicotine, and I have it in 0. What I did was I split the bottles to make 3, because 6 is just a little too harsh for me. So I do appreciate they sent out 0 and 6 for me to mix. That way I can get something I would actually vape on. If it's 6, I probably wouldn't vape on all of it just because it's too harsh. And if it's 0, I probably wouldn't vape on it because I need just a little bit of nicotine in it. So I do appreciate that they sent out both 0 and 6 in all of these flavors. So I vaped through about a bottle of this mixed up. And I got it on a dripper right now, so let's check this out. New York 60. So this is not a very powerful coffee flavor, even though there is coffee notes. It's definitely the aftertone. The undertone is going to be coffee. The prominent inhale is going to be caramel and vanilla, but I definitely taste the biscuit flavor, the kind of cookie flavor on the inhale also, and on the exhale, the biscuit coffee cookie mixture is a little bit more prominent, but the majority of the flavor is going to be like a caramel vanilla with a nice biscuit coffee aftertone, undertone, aftertone, whatever. But the biscuit flavor is more prominent than the coffee flavor, and the coffee flavor is definitely mild. So even if you don't like coffee flavors, definitely check this out, because the coffee flavor is just more of a nice bitterness at the end, because it is such a sweet flavor. So the bitterness of the coffee definitely complements the sweetness. So if you're into this type of flavor, and if you're afraid of coffee, I would say just check it out. Definitely try it out, because the coffee is not going to be something that's really powerful in your face type flavor. Alright, so the last flavor, and the one I am most skeptical about, is called Turkish Delight. A bloom of roses. I'm kind of afraid it's when I first got it and I read it, I was afraid it was going to be too perfumey. But it is actually not too bad. It's just something I can't really do very often. But I'm gonna have a little vape on it right now and talk about it a little bit. But this is borderlining like a citrus fruit flavor that I'm just not really into. I do like Turkish Delight. I definitely like Turkish Delight, but I'm just not really into this flavor. But let's check it out. So it's definitely not a bad flavor. It's been a couple days since I vaped it, so I'm getting that flavor again, but I think that for me, the citrus is just a little bit too intense. And that's just, I'm not into really extreme citrus flavors. I do like some like lemonade type flavors or orange type flavors, as long as the citrus note isn't just a bitterness. And I do taste a mild bit of bitterness in the citrus. But again, that's kind of just what this profile is supposed to be. It's not knocking the flavor. It's not saying that the flavor is bad. It's just not something for me. The rose flavor is actually, I'm surprised the aroma of the rose flavor is actually a little bit better than I initially thought it would be when they first sent it out. It kind of grows on me, but the citrus aftertaste is just what really throws me off on this flavor. But I could do that rose flavor as long as that citrus was just a little bit more muted. Just mute it down a little bit and I could do it. But again, I'm not telling them to change their flavor and their profile, because there's plenty of people out there that enjoy a nice citrus flavor. So it definitely serves its purpose. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, those are the 4 flavors they sent out from their Djinni line. I believe that's how they say it. Djinni, if the D is silent. But it is a very nice tank line. I would say stick with tanks for all of these flavors. You can drip them, but if you're going to be dripping them above 0.5 ohms, anything lower kind of just gets a little bit too warm and, just doesn't vape very well. So definitely tank lines for all of these, and enjoy them, love them, be happy and all that good stuff. But if you want to know more about these flavors, and there are some other flavors I didn't even talk about, if you're into fruit flavors, if you like really intense fruit flavors or very flavorful fruit flavors, definitely check it out in the description box below. I believe Vaping Vic did a review on the fruit type flavors. I'll put a link to his review also of the fruit flavors if you want to check out those. But yeah, definitely check in the description box below. One more time, thank you so much, Decadent Vapours and Djinni, and also a shout out to Sean from Decadent Vapours for sending this out for review. And yeah, just really appreciate them. They're all the way over the pond, and they thought about Little Old Cloudy and sent it out to Little Old Cloudy to check out. So it is cool to check out other flavors, you know, from different countries, and you know, just seeing what they're into and stuff. So one more time, thanks again. Thanks for watching this. If you liked it, please like it. And as always, subscribe if you like my videos. And I just totally ruined my ending, but who cares? So anyways, stay classy and keep vaping.